I wish people had just told me to, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You need a light, a tent, and ventilation. Make sure that you're buying quality equipment. If you have to wait a month or two to save up, it's worth saving up.
Hey everybody, we are back with another edition of Just One Thing. That's where I go out into the grow community and talk with experienced grower about just one thing they think all new growers should know. And today I got a cool guest. I got Canarado Chris. How you doing today, buddy?
Good, Chad. How are you?
I'm doing pretty freaking awesome. I loved your topic. We talked a little bit background on emails when this was coming up because I wanted to have you as a guest. And I said, well, what would be your just one thing? And you hit me with a doozy that I totally love. So for everybody tuning in today, can you tell them what your just one thing would be?
Spend the money on good equipment the first time.
Before we get into the show, I wanted to let you know that this show is sponsored by Real Growers Recharge. If you want stronger, healthier plants, you got to check out Recharge. Water with it once a week for bigger roots and bigger fruits. If you go to realgrowers.com/Westport, shop all around, add anything to your cart, type in Westport when you're checking out, save yourself 10% on the entire order. All right, back to the show.
So I started out with the inline fans that had low, medium, and high, and that's all they had. And here in Colorado, we have a humidity issue as is. So when you have a fan that's pulling air through your tent all the time, you are going to have a dry situation. And that's one of the things that I learned right at the beginning is that you have got to have some type of controller, whether you get one of the humidistat plugins or if you actually get one that has a sensor and it has a controller attached to the fan. I found that the actual type inline fan versus the snail shell was that looks like a turbo. Those ones seem to be noisier than the inline fans. And I've never ran into it, but some people use rubber fittings to attach their filter to try to keep noise down, or silencers or something like that. So be wary. There are companies that do make quieter sounding fans than others. I'm in my grow room right now and my fan's running at a 5 and you don't even hear it. Whereas other competitors, it's loud. All right. So when you're shopping for lights, the word cannabis needs to be in the description. Do not say, oh, it says it'll grow vegetables and flowers. That is not the flowers that they're talking about. So, I mean, I bought my first light off of Amazon. It was a bloom light, said that it'll grow vegetables and flowers. Started posting stuff online. I thought my stuff looked good. And quite a few people said, you're never going to get what you're after growing under that light because they were thin, they were larfy, they were pretty, but when they dried out, they were larfy. And so I went and I did buy an actual light from a company that is what they do. It's hemp and cannabis. And I'm telling you, the density that I got out of that very next grow, that's, if you learn one thing, that is the important thing. It's just, we're after the one simple thing, dense, trichomy, oily flowers is what we're after. And you're not going to get that by your windowsill or these $60 lights off of Amazon.
Now, what about tents?
So the zipper thing I think is very important. The way that it opens. My very first tent had one that opens at the top and the zipper at the middle and then the zipper at the bottom. And you're like, oh my God. If you took all the new ones, you grab that one zipper, wrap it around and your door's open. I had 3-4 different zippers to open and that's a pain. And you want to make sure that the material that actually builds the walls, the cheaply made, yes, it's black on one side, silver on the other, but there's nothing there. It's just that one piece of material. So when you're shopping for tents, you want to look at the ones that are at least 2, maybe 3 layers thick, and that helps with your light leaks. Double, triple stitching you want to look for. and you want to look for the covers that go over your zipper where it seams. They're really tight zippers, but they can leak light. Agreed. I mean, all of this stuff pays off at the end if you buy quality, because you can use it grow after grow after grow. Whereas some of the cheaper stuff, oh, I can get one more grow in, but I have duct tape on my tent. That's the problem. You don't want to be there, because sooner or later it's going to rip more, and then you don't want to be in the middle of flower, and now you've got a big old gaping hole in the side of your tent because your zipper got caught. So everybody started out somewhere. I don't care if you're Spider Farmer, AC Infinity, everybody started out somewhere. So if you are going to go on the more unrecognizable brands, some companies starting up, the thing is to see if you can have some type of relationship with them before you purchase an item. Talk with them. How much are they going to back them? Are they going to give you 30 days to try it out and say, hey, yes, I do want to keep this, whatever. Go that route. If they don't want to talk to you and they're treating you just like anybody else, I would kind of shy away from that. But like I said in one of the other segments, is that you've got to trust the people that have come before you. So I don't look for Amazon reviews. I don't go onto the AC Infinity site or the Spider Farmer site to look at the comments on their site. I am part of the community, and where I hear it is from the community, the people that I follow, the people that I talk to. So that's how I decide one way or the other. A new lighting company that says, hey, I'll give it to you at 50% off so that you can try it and talk about it, and we're not sponsoring or anything, but here, let's check it out. I'd be willing to put something like that in my tent and see how it worked out. If it works out, fine. If it doesn't, no skin off my nose. It just didn't stand up to the par that they said it would. But everybody's got to start out somewhere. So put your faith in a company or two and see what happens. Sure. I mean, and all of us content creators, we've been doing this for a little while, and we want to help the community. So drop an email, add a comment onto one of these videos, and we're for sure to help you out. Some of us do like some brands other than others, but it's your option. If you have the money to spend, then get the higher grade stuff. The guys that have been around longer, everything else. But if you are on a tight budget, there are ways around that. You can get grow kits right now at 2x4 for about $600, maybe a little bit less. And that includes all of the basics that you need. It's got a clip-on fan, it's got a tent, your ventilation, and it's got the light, and usually a controller too. So if you need to save up for 2 or 3 months to get that, I would, other than saying, hey, we need to start tomorrow, Amazon, hook me up.
That is a gold bar here. And I want to let people know where they can find you too to catch more of these gold bars, because that right there is going to save a lot of people time, hassle, and probably money too. And that was the point of today's episode. So I think you freaking nailed it. Let's let people know where they can find you on Instagram, Canarado_Chris.
That's correct. Canarado_Chris. Yep.
Okay. Good deal. And don't forget the underscore. And actually, it's in the show notes, guys. Go in the show notes, click that link. It'll take you right to his page. It's also on the screen for you. And then YouTube, because this is where they can really catch some of these insights and the gold nuggets from you. Seed to Harvest Podcast on YouTube. And that's podcast, POT, just as it is on your screen. And when can they catch you? When can people find videos constantly uploaded from you?
We're live every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Central, every Saturday. And then we try to fill in as much as we can, but me and my crew are a little busy with personal life too. So just for sure see us on Saturdays.
Awesome, dude. This has been rad. I know this is going to help a lot of growers out there. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think and what you'd like to see as far as a just one thing. What would be your just one thing for new growers to know? I think Canarado Chris has nailed this out of the park. Thank you for your time today, Chris. This has been awesome.
Chad, it's always great to talk to you, man.
My pleasure. All right, guys, stay tuned for a heck of a lot more. The Chad Westport YouTube channel. Party on, everybody.